Grandmama used to pray, oh Lord, please save them from the evil snares and all the dangers that entangle. Yea, though they walking through the valley of the shadows, just prepare and make them fit for every battle, because I know they bound to come, and I know they bound to fall, but in your bounty, Lord, preserve their beautiful. Right, we still survive and offer grandma's prayers, surrounded by the jungle and the lion's den. Tread light, cause these traps isn't conspicuous. They hide right in plain sight, thinking we don't see them when they linger. Look right beneath the surface, then leave a trail of corpses. Crisis, prices, your life a disposable commodity. Like living in this fantasy, conditioned to believe that the system even cares whether selling CDs or walking or driving or reading. Look, they don't even need a reason. It's just you breathing and being black. When it's such a pretty fall, it don't seem like we falling at all, at all. It's just a GMO dream, where things are never really what they seem. Please cue the violins, tell them just to play me something pretty, cause this gritty city got me screaming bloody murder. Said it got me screaming. This gritty city got me on some. Look, get your hand up on my pocket. Distraction, so lazy they use the same tactics. Like condom with some trinkets, just don't let them get to thinking. That light bulb gets to blinking. You know niggas and ideas. Oh dear, my dear, you may not know me, but I know you very well. Foresight, they say hindsight is 20/20. Well, tell me something, we gotta see that history is on repeat, and maybe it takes a beat and a melody to speak a little louder than the message in the clouds or the essence in the air. I swear, my God is just so clear that a system driven by fear can never give us nothing but more of the same things. Oh, when it's such a pretty fall, it don't seem like we falling at all. It's just a GMO dream, where things are never really what they seem. Please cue the violins, tell them just to play me something pretty, cause this gritty city got me screaming. It's murder. Got me screaming, got me. This gritty city got me on some.
It's time to stand up and just fight for what you believe in.
What's happening, good people? We are live and direct. This is RSTV, and it's Black Power Media. It looked like we might be having some trouble on our connection on one of our joints. We are on a new platform now. It's still Black Power Media, but for those who aren't familiar, go to Black Power Media at Black Power Media Reloaded, at Black Power Media Reloaded on YouTube. This is Kalonji Changa. We are live and direct. And let me step in the building, because I don't think y'all see me up in here. What's happening? What's good? How y'all feeling out there? We are here. I brought a couple friends along. I got my man on the table, Professor Griff in the building, Public Enemy. Him on the tables today. Y'all know nothing about that right there. We can't see his face. We in the building. Minister Sturver. Sturver in the building.
How you, bro?
I'm live with a rival, man. Glad to see you up in here. We got my man Griff on the tables right now. Griff, what's happening, man? It's rare that y'all catch Professor Griff on the tables, but today he's on the tables. I don't know. He's saying he can't hear us. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you clear. Can you hear me?
I hear you well.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Griff, what's happening? Okay, hear us now. You're in the building. Word up. Anyway, this is RSTV. This is Black Power Media. We are on a new channel now, and for some reason it looked like we didn't connect. But the new channel for folks to know, and we'll play it back on it. It is at Black Power Media. At Black Power Media Reloaded. It's still Black Power Media, but we moving to another YouTube channel, so we want folks to know that. I don't know where that connection is, why it's not connecting right now, but that's all good. We'll make sure that it runs properly in the near future. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We here again and again and again. You know what I'm saying? How you gentlemen doing today, man? It's good to see you, brothers.
Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell an enemy that we here.
Okay.
So they're gonna show up anyway.
They're definitely gonna show up. Without a doubt, they're gonna show up. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
No
Peace, my
doubt.
man Balagoon in the building. What up, Balagoon? How you doing? Yeah, so like I said, for some reason it didn't connect to we had some technical difficulties. This is actually the first time that we'll be rocking on the new channel. And we're coming in with 48,000 subscribers already. Like I said, unfortunately, for some reason it didn't plug, but we'll make sure we're good on that for the next round. But for now, we want you all to definitely stay tuned with us. We have a lot of new shows coming up. Again, it's a new platform. And, like I said, I wanted folks to, get this thing started with some hip hop, because hip hop is the order of the day. And what does hip hop mean? We got Minister Serve in the building. Folks who are uncertain, what is hip hop?
Hip hop is a higher infinite power healing our people. It's our divine gift from the creator and the ancestors. That's what hip hop is at its essence. Obviously, the entertainment industry don't care anything about that, but at its essence, that's what hip hop was, is, and will always be. Higher infinite powers healing our people.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
And with that, with the four elements in place, synthesized by the fifth element, which is knowledge itself. There were some other things that was already implemented and put in place, according to that document sitting behind Minister Service Head, the Declaration of Peace, unity, love, and having fun. We ain't having too much peace.
My man Griff kind of froze a little bit in the background.
Yeah,
they
definitely.
You fucking with us already, right?
Yep.
It's all good. They can't fuck with us. What you talking about?
No.
That's impossible. We're supposed to have our brother Paradise Gray on today. We're gonna give him some leeway. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Paradise Gray. You know what I mean? I want to say, first of all, to you brothers on the screen, we've known each other well over 20 years at this point. And had the opportunity to go on the road with both of you. We've done plenty of work together. You know what I'm saying? We bumped heads. We've done all kinds of things, whatever we got down. Might have choked a couple cats together, not in any particular order. However, you know what I'm saying? It's always a blessing to see brothers above ground. And, like I said, I'm definitely glad to have you all as the first guest on this new platform. I know some folks probably wondering, they like, well, where's everybody at? Again, like I said, the new platform at Black Power Media Reloaded. It's reloading, so make sure that y'all stay tuned on that. Anyway,
well, man, I'm happy, that you have us here as the first guest on the Reloaded. It seems in divine order, it seems appropriate for us to be the first guest on the Reloaded. So I'm happy to be here, and everybody that is coming here will come here, and those that see it later will see it later. The mission is not principle. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the mission is principle. It's not personal. Too many people doing too many personal shit going on. But those of us that have been in this for a while know that, this is principle. And as you said, maybe later on we could tell the story about when I first met both of y'all, because I met y'all, I remember meeting both of y'all around the same time, but that's a whole other story. But yeah, man, but big up on Black Power Media Reloaded, because it needs to be reloaded. So yeah.
No doubt. And for the record, this is Black Power Media. The Reloaded is to remind folks what it is and what's not. Again, like I said, we're grateful for folks who have been rocking with us from day one. This is the third year Black Power Media has been in effect. Mm-hmm. And, it's a changing of the guards, like point blank and simple. That's what it is. And, I have no disdain or whatever with anyone else. I'm just saying, as far as what we are doing, Black Power Media, we ain't going nowhere. We're keeping it $1.50. We're gonna keep on bringing you nothing but these politics, these liberation politics. I want to let folks know too that we're expanding the channel. So I want you all to make sure that you subscribe to the website, blackpowermedia.org, to stay in tune with that. We have print. We will have a magazine coming on the platform in the next couple months or less. You know what I'm saying? That's being worked on behind the scene. Film. It's going into more of a multimedia piece. But anyway, we found Griff. What's happening, Griff? They said you was missing.
Yeah. I came up missing, man, but I broke free. They tried to kidnap me, do some other things, but I'm hit black. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, sometimes, man, we have to understand something, especially in the season that we're in. Sometimes it's necessary to hit the reset button, man.
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. It's a good thing to do that.
Reset button, the cultural reset button. Yeah, exactly. And we can't look at any of these situations. We can't view them through the lens of somebody that's a bystander. We've been in the battles and we've been in the war. We have to treat every situation like that. Nothing happens by chance, and there's a reason why certain things are happening. We need to start viewing things through that lens. That's why certain things are very, very necessary. The reason why we need Paradise and Minister Service getting together, because the time is calling for that. You understand what I'm saying? And the smart thing for us to do, along with people like you, Kalonji, and other people around the globe, is seize the time, man. We have to seize the time. End of the story.
Yes.
And if we don't seize the time, those minds and those hearts that we would have reached, we're gonna miss out on that opportunity. You understand what I'm saying? And I think we need to look through that lens and kind of understand it. All right.
Yeah. Definitely that.
Yeah.
But you know, it is, you know, it's a lot going on right now. Of course, hip hop is ever changing. It's a lot going on in the world, period. You know, and I think it's always necessary, as you said, you know, we talked about reloading, but it's definitely good to reset, because I think that sometimes we get confused into thinking that we are somewhere other than where we are. You understand what I'm saying? You know, time might change, but people don't. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's rare that, you know, you can change anything but your character. You know, so you know, again, we're definitely grateful to rocking with you brothers. Right now, just on the hip hop scene, we know it's a lot that's going on. A lot of folks talk about beef, and we threw on, you know, I put on the thumbnail the whole Drake Kendrick piece, because I know that that's been the talk of the day. It's been the talk of the hour. It's been the talk of the week, so on and so forth. I wanted to get just real quick. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on the bullshit, but what is, you know, you brothers been in the game for years. What's your thoughts on this whole particular energy and realm at this particular point?
Well, if I could say, if I could say, we have to begin to understand and look at it from whatever vantage point that you have. If you're in a situation where you've been a fan, you might treat this shit as just some fan shit. If you're an old school cat and you're looking at it, okay, this is just the next rap battle. They got their lyrical swords out doing their thing. If you're looking at it like you don't care nothing about it because you don't really listen to that kind of music, you can say, okay, well, it's just two niggas arguing. But if you're looking at it through a cultural lens, and those of us that have been in hip hop, you understand what I'm saying? And we understand the history that Black Dot laid out, the history of rap battles and the repercussions that rap battles kind of ignite. You understand? The mere fact that when we talk about the history of rap battles, we rarely hear about women in hip hop. But when we talk about the history of rap battles and we see those iconic rap battles, I think the one that culminated to the point where it reached its peak and a lot of us were affected by it was the Biggie and Tupac thing. And I think Minister Server said it. It was either Minister Server or Tunisia or somebody, Black Dot or somebody I was talking to. They said Black Dot. I mean, they said Tupac and Biggie, they weren't the ones that killed one another. It was other people that started the beef, the pork, or the whatever. You understand? And then there was other people that got involved in it that actually pulled triggers. And I think we need to understand it to that degree. I think it was Chuck Flay that put up a post talking about it was this may go way beyond just a lyrical battle. the young people that's involving themselves in this, and this is my last point, don't have the mental capacity to even understand what's going on now, way beyond two MCs or two rappers battling. There's other people and there's other players with their hands in this thing, controlling and manipulating the whole thing. That's part of my take on it.
True, indeed. Yeah, let me just add on to that. As we talk about, often when we talk about the Tupac Biggie thing, we got to remember that was never a rap battle. You know what I'm saying? It was never really a rap battle. Pac was, he did a diss song, but Biggie never responded with a diss song. It was never that. But as you said, there was other forces already in play. And we saw those other forces act when once Tupac got killed, 6 months later, literally, Biggie got killed. See what I'm saying? So there's always, for me, I always look at hip hop from the spiritual end. I've been transparent in the 20 plus years I've been publicly on the national and international scene. I'm never trying to convert, or convert anyone in religion. I look at hip hop spiritually. So when I see these things happen, I'm looking at the larger picture that may not, make sense to anyone else. But when you talk about the corporations and the culture, that's what I'm seeing with this right now. Even though both of them are on the same label, so we know the business part of the business part, but some of the things that are being said, like I said, not only with them two, but just around hip hop in general. The enemies have always understood our power in hip hop. We haven't understood it all the time because we were younger, but now that we're older and we have some experience, some expertise, and some education behind us on this culture that the creator gave to us, we can look at it from a different lens. So I think it's way bigger than a rap battle. You know what I'm saying? We are battling for, where do we go from here? The corporation celebrated Hip Hop 50 last year. We're in the culture. We're still celebrating Hip Hop 50 because it didn't start for us until August 11th. But the corporations, they're going to do what they do. But if you notice, you haven't heard any of the corporations say anything about Hip Hop 50 this year. You know why? Because they don't really care about the culture. They focus on rap music, and rap music didn't even start in 1979. So again, those of us that are in the culture, this is our time to take the alley-oop that the corporations unwittingly threw us, gives us a chance to redirect, remix, reload, reset, re-energize, reconnect the culture for its original purpose, which is to help us to better ourselves from the conditions that we found ourselves in from the late 70s up to now in those hip-hop communities. And we can't
Right.
distract it from that. It's way bigger than, as Dead Prez said, it's bigger than hip-hop music. I would add to that.
Right. Y'all remind me, I remember I had Griff on one time before, and one of the things we talked about when you talk about the whole East Coast, West Coast beef, right? You had Death Row, who was signed to Interscope.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You had Biggie and that crew that was signed to Arista Records, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bad Boy Arista, that whole imprint.
Mm-hmm.
The whole Interscope piece was owned by, we talked about this before, by, I'm trying to think what was the parent company. My brain is kind of freezing right now. But anyway, the same company, and I can't think of it out the gate, but it's the same company that owned Seagram's.
Yeah.
It's the same company that owned Schweppes, they own Tropicana, so on and so forth. So when you talk about, we talked about commercialization of hip hop. Remember, Snoop had the whole gin and juice situation going on.
Right.
And it was just the whole commercial aspect of it. But then you look at it, and I forget which one of the companies it was, but when you talk about like the wine, we talked about how, they had the Mogan David for Passover, but in the hood they sold MD 2020, and it's the same company. So the Mogan David was supposed to have been pure. The 2020 they had all kinds of flavors. You understand what I'm saying? And it had no substance, had no flavor. You know what I'm saying? It was poison. And but we look at the whole culture of hip hop and how poison has been sprinkled into the culture itself via the industry. You have folks like Griff who was talking about shit like this for years. You know what I mean? And of course, he suffered because of it, because of the fact that you're talking about being anti-commercialist. But then, you know, it was a war and an onslaught. I want to ask you all right now, because we all can remember hip hop before wax.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Block parties. Remember plugging into the light posts and just enjoying the art, enjoying the culture of hip hop. And then all of a sudden it becomes, you know, you have drill, you have all kinds of murder, death, kill, whatever, so on and so forth. Like, what is that? I mean, how does that, with your minds? Because like I said, going through this whole trajectory and through this entire timeline, I mean, does it mess with your mind? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just the whole frequency. I know in the past, Griff, you talked about frequency pretty heavy as far as the music itself. I mean, how do you continue to cope and continue to be a lover of the culture itself, the art form, with what the industry is bringing?
You love the art form beyond the artist. I never got hung up on an artist. If you love the art form, then you love the art form. The artist will die and pass away, and the art will still exist. You understand what I'm saying? So my thing is, I think if we understand it from the point of view that art is art, and art is whatever you make the art. But it wasn't until the other people came in and weaponized the art, weaponized the lyrics, they weaponized the spray can. You understand what I'm saying? For the graffiti artists, they weaponized the Sharpie. You understand what I'm saying? They weaponized the microphone, and we can see that right now. You understand what I'm saying? That's not Nas said there's one mic. That song and those lyrics were a lot deeper than what we could ever imagine. If it's one mic, then how come we're not on one accord?
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? And it seems like everybody right now got a microphone and a goddamn camera and want to give their perspective on it. And they ain't never been involved in hip hop. I see people YouTube channels that want to come on and talk about this subject. They ain't never got their hands and knees dirty, spinning on the top of their heads, break dancing. They never tagged a train or a wall or a fat chick's ass. They ain't never, ever, ever spun a record on ones and twos. You understand what I'm saying? They never did these things. They don't even know how to turn on a mic. They never said throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. You understand what I'm saying? They ain't never stayed at the gig to the break of dawn. They never did these things. But now they got a mic and they turn their mic on, and now all of a sudden they got a perspective. You understand what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers are showing up with fucking dirty diapers on, bro. I don't know how y'all gonna take that, but I'm just saying they showing up smelling like a motherfucker. They showing up with dirty diapers on, and they shitting on all of us that have been in the game and understand it. Yep, you understand what I'm saying? And as the paradigm shifts, we're trying to get in front of it to give people a deeper understanding of what this might lead to if those two MCs, rappers, keep beefing. Because now there's 5 beefs going on, and I'm going to end it with this. Chris Brown showed up and just murdered dude.
I thought Quavo was your folks, man.
Which was crazy.
Yeah. Hey, it ain't.
Huh?
See, Breezy's like a quadruple threat. He's a rapper, singer, dancer, actor. So that was surprising to him come hard like that. But I haven't heard anything back from him. But, you know, to me, you know, again, the way that this whole thing is set up right now, I think it's another distraction because a number of us, again, there's some of us, you know, peer group wise, I always talk about that 1960 to 1980 peer group, you know, because I truly believe that it was given to us to reconnect. You know, we are the children of the civil rights movement. We are the children of the Black nationalist movement. We are the children of the Black arts movement. That's us. And, you know, for those of us that can have that understanding, they know that when we connect to that kind of energy and to redirect what's going on, that change is going to something. That's not something that's going to be an immediate change. That's why I build my dope hip hop grandpa thing. It's not something that's going to be immediate, but we have to make sure that we're planning, you know, 10, 20, 30 years down the road, you know what I'm saying, like others are planning for our children and grandchildren down the road. You know what I'm saying? That's what that document talks about, you know, to health, love, awareness, wealth, peace, and prosperity for ourselves, for our children, and our children's children forever. You know what I'm saying? That's what this culture has given to me. And that's the thing that we're here to reintroduce for those that got ears to hear it. Some people are going to do what they do. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we, as some of the elders in the community that love the culture and love the people, you know, as Griff said, we have a responsibility to do what we can in the ways that we can, which is why, you know, I'm honored to link with my brothers, you know what I'm saying, to do this thing that we're doing now, you know, jumping off for Malcolm X weekend and whatnot. Because, again, too many of our peer group, and all of us know peers that will talk mad shit about hip hop as if they didn't become who they are because of hip hop.
Right.
As if the very person they are in life is not because of hip hop. Now, you may not like the way that mainstream rap music sounds. I give you that. But you know better that, and we've been literally saying for 30 years, rap is something you do, hip hop is something you live. So there's no excuse for people that are over a certain age not to be doing something. No excuses. You see what I'm saying?
You know, I want to point out, because, you know, again, we talk about, and I want folks to know this checking it out. Like, this isn't an attack on youth, because a lot of times they try to sum it up and say, okay, well, you know, you're against today's music, so on and so forth. We ain't against today's music. We're against today's bullshit. We're against the nigga machine. We're against the machine that creates zombies, the machine that creates buffoonery. You know, we look at a cat. The three of us live in Georgia. There's only, I don't know about y'all, in Georgia, in the Atlanta area, there's only two people that I know that have Georgia State Police parked outside of their homes, guarding their houses. That's the governor and Rick Ross. Okay. Now, if you go to Fayetteville, where this dude lives, which is in Evander Holyfield's old house, Griff laughing.
Right down the street from Mr. Everything. Shay was playing.
Yeah, right down the street from Mr. Everything. No matter what day you pass by this house, past this mansion, there's one or two. On a bad day, it might be one, but there's at least a Georgia State Police car parked outside of his house every single day of the year, no matter what day, not off days, not Sunday, but on wax, he killing everything. You understand what I'm saying? This dude selling more dope, he shooting down, and he doing this, and he flipping keys and all that shit. The only flip keys that we know that he flipped for certain is those keys inside that prison that he worked in. Okay. That's the only goddamn keys that we know for certain that he was flipping. He's flipping them motherfuckers over, and the thing that he had locked down was the brothers in the cell. You know what I'm saying? So when he talk about he had the block on lock, he definitely had the block on lock. He had the cell block on lock. So I'm kind of confused, right? Because we come from an era where we didn't have to have no snitching t-shirts. All that shit was later on, right? We didn't have to tell you not to talk to the police. You know what I'm saying? This dude, when Freeway Ricky Ross came out to sue him, homeboy was like, I never heard of Ricky Ross. So you mean to tell me you flipping all these keys? And you said you in Miami, you in Dade County, and you said you never heard of Rick Ross. Now, of course, Rick Ross wasn't from Dade County, but that's what you said. And Rick Ross ain't even your name. Your name's William or Billy or some shit.
Right.
So I'm kind of confused. Like, where we came from, you at least had to keep it 100. You at least had to be who you say you were. So I'm kind of, I help me out. I mean, Griff, you know, you've been around a couple weeks before me, man. Like what's going on, man? I mean, I know you and Rick neighbors, so I ain't gonna give him his address. So what's happening?
I think, and I think Server will agree with me on this point, it's part of the script. As soon as you break from the script, it's a wrap. all of a sudden, all those things that you mentioned, they're gonna start bringing up charges because of the statute of limitation. You understand what I'm saying? So all those things that you mentioned, they got a file on, dude. I know you know that already. Server, I know you know that already.
For sure,
and I'm
for sure.
sure Rose, he knows that already, that they're keeping a file. If they got a file on my black ass, I'm sure that he knows that they got a file on him.
And he might give it to him. He might just be.
On your ass.
What? That's what I was going to say, man. If you peep what Kalonji just talked about, you know, this dude is a private citizen with state police outside of his crib regularly. So again, they don't have to surveil. Again, he's working for the system, been working for the system. You know, we as a and this is a whole another thing. We as a community, because of his musical selection and rap skills, gave him a pass that he didn't earn, didn't deserve at all. Because at the end of the day, particularly when the real Freeway Rick went to court about his name, and not only did he lose, you know, the judge agreed with him. Of course, you know, they all work in the same system anyway. But then Freeway Rick ended up having to pay court costs for him and shit. So again, you know, for me, character, integrity, dignity, honor, those words mean something to me. Now, some people may not mean anything to, but as a man, those things mean something, bro. You know what I'm saying? So while you can play the rap game, you know, he could have changed his name to Rose. But to have that man go through that, and then, you know, that's some other things, some negative things that came to a Freeway Rick because of, you know, him having to pay this other money to this actor who took his whole persona, name, his whole stilo, the whole nine, became a multi-millionaire, you know, off of it. And still, as you said, running around talking this and the other, but we as a community on the corporation side, and to be honest, on the culture side as well, we kind of gave a pass, gave a nod, didn't, you know, and to me, in the mid-90s, we started giving up creative control because the corporations started letting us in with these so-called record labels and record deals. So we may not have known as much then, but when you fast forward, there's no excuse right now. For me, I tell people there's hip-hop corporation and there's hip-hop culture. Both of them exist, obviously, but the culture will always be stronger than the corporation.
Hold on, server. I got one problem with you saying. You keep popping this, we did this and we did that. I gotta get somebody else on the joint, man, because you sound like you know what I'm saying, like a cat told me that their pronouns ain't correct. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who we is, but I'm gonna see what Paradise Gray got to say, because you know what I'm saying, we gotta bring X-Plan up in here, see what he talking about. Dice, what's happening, man?
Yo, what up?
Man, I'm glad you came, man. We was just talking about Rick Ross, and you know, Serv was talking about getting his latest album. I said, listen, man, we can't do that. I think that dude 5-0. So I wanted to
I mean, think he 5-0.
we had to call you. Shout out to Chief in the background, because I know she's somewhere near doing the job.
You think he 5-0, huh?
Yeah.
Word up.
I didn't know y'all was doing a comedy show tonight.
Well, you know, you know what we do around here. We got Server and Griff. And you know, me being a modest young man I am,
yes,
I don't come with the jokes. You know what I'm saying?
You, man. Why we talking about minions today anyway?
Hey, man, you know, it's Minion Monday on a Friday. How about that?
Minion Monday.
No doubt. For folks who aren't familiar, Paradise Gray, the architect. Huh?
What's up, yo?
No, I was going to introduce him, brother. Give him his accolades while he's here.
I got to. For folks who are not familiar, who are unfamiliar, this is a hip hop icon. We talk about the culture of hip hop. Matter of fact, all three of these brothers are hip hop icons. We talk about the culture of hip hop. Paradise Gray, taking it all the way back to LQ, right? To the Fever. You know what I'm saying? And so many other spots out there taking that back to the 80s. When some of y'all didn't even know what hip hop was.
1970s, bro. Let's go.
Oh, forgive me. Pardon my ignorance. Taking it back to the 70s hip hop.
Yeah,
matter of fact,
we're looking at the foundation right now. You know what I'm saying?
The foundation.
Yeah, I come from the days of Disco King Mario. You know, Grandmaster Flowers. You know, Cool DJ Hurt.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We're coming back to you from back in the day with Pete DJ Jones, baby.
Pete DJ Jones, salute.
Word up.
You know?
Hey, but not just hip hop.
Right.
I mean, not just from that level. We can even go to Larry Davis. You understand what I'm saying? This cat right here was someone who ran with the mighty Larry Davis. You know what I mean? So
Rising Power Larry Davis.
Yes. Promoter, hip hop pioneer, Paradise Gray, the architect. Welcome to the platform, Dice.
Yo, what up?
Man, trying to be as cool as you, man.
Got my two brothers up there, man. You know what I mean?
And
they and Selma. That was pretty good, man.
Yeah, man. Server was trying to run me under the gun, but we ain't gonna talk about that today, though. Griff, we needed you, man. We needed you, Griff.
Yeah.
So listen,
They've been selling like crazy.
When we're talking about plants and we're talking about their association with the Alphabet Boys, when we're talking about this whole idea of this beef, so to speak, we have to understand that dude up in Canada, the cute little one, that for some strange reason we gave him a pass to come into our culture because he didn't grow up with this culture.
Right.
He grew up with them other people, man. The small hats. You understand what I'm saying? How you now gonna come in this culture and you think we're gonna embrace you coming against one of our finest? You understand what I'm saying? Sit your motherfucking ass down, man. You understand what I'm saying? A whole bunch of bodyguards ain't never fear in our heart. You understand what I'm saying? We'll walk through them motherfuckers. What I'm saying?
If we had to, but you know, we grown ass men now. Let me
finish this point. We gave you a pass for years to walk through the industry. What have you given back?
Facts.
I guess he's giving plenty back to the industry. What are they giving back to the coach, where the industry come from?
Right. That's right. That's the question right there. What do you give it to the coach? Because again, the corporations knew, all of us know that there was a time, especially once Rappers Delight came out, it was like, that's a joke. Give it about 3 years, that shit will be out of here like disco. You know what I'm saying? They've been saying that every few years since 1979. So they are always trying to find ways to kill us off. When they found out they couldn't kill us off, they said, you know what? Let me give them the tools on each side to destroy themselves. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're seeing, which is why, for me, more than anything else, there's just a lack of balance. All of us have come from an era where you could have Kid and Play and NWA and Public Enemy and X-Clan and Queen Latifah and, all different type of artists. But again, when you look at what happened in the mid-90s, we go through a whole longer conversation about what happened and name names. It's not theoretical. It's not a conspiracy theory. But us three particularly took it upon ourselves to say, you know what? It's one thing to talk about the challenges. It's another thing to be about the solutions and make it happen. And that's why, and that's why I'm honored to be here with my brothers, because we could talk about what happened, what it was, but where we're talking about now is where do we go from here?
Word up. Now, I want to, and we are going to be talking about a project that these brothers have coming up. So, y'all stick around to hear about that because it's necessary. I want to say like something that I'm saying to all three of you right now, right? Griff, first of all, Server keep lying on us trying to say we jumped him or tried to jump him. Now, that's the first thing. We're going to address that later, Griff. But,
Griff,
Griff,
tell the truth, Griff. The first time I met them were together, and I was moderating the panel, and
I don't remember.
Both of them was coming from my head. It was like, fuck all that hip hop. I'm blackity, 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 black. Fuck all that hip hop. And now here we are building some 20 years later. So again, that's the essence of hip hop as well.
Who said
that's that? That's not how it went down. I was coming for your man.
Well, no, but when I say man,
I was coming for your man.
Kalonji was coming for him as well, but again, I don't represent any personalities. I represent the principles. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was telling y'all then. I said years ago.
What man you talking about?
KRS-One. We all know what we're talking about. Chris was 17 years in his career before he hired me to move the movement. So my thing is, Chris don't need me to defend him at all. But I represent the movement. Like the Temple of Hip Hop is a concept. You know what I'm saying? More, even more than an organization. Like, now, Chris is doing some things organizational wise, but during my era, it's more of a concept of being hip hop. And both of y'all was like, man, fuck being hip hop. I'm black. I'm black. And that's that. In fact, big up to Griff. Big up to Griff. Big up to Griff. Because right after that, that's when Black Dot's book was coming out. And Griff invited me out to the event and, apologized for you and him getting ready to jump me. You know what I'm saying? So,
Griff, I think that my man's a little discombobulated at his age. He rewriting history. That's why, but it's all good, man. He rode with Chris.
I think because Paradise hit him in the ribs, telling him he better get back on them ones and twos because Paradise coming for him now. He must be attracted to shit. Nice coming for him for real.
and just like when Paradise and I linked, and about a year after, that's why you said it, because I linked with Paradise about a year after that at the National Political Convention in Chicago in 2006.
Okay.
So again, I'm a celestial being. I'm really a hip hop avatar. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that's hip hop, they're going to eventually start rocking with me. They may start out, Kalonji was on some, man, who is this dude? And Griff was on some, if you rolling with Chris, then you probably crazy as Chris. And I was like, no.
Well, you still had you still had the long Jerry curl when I met you.
Nah, I had the long lock like Paradise is rocking now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
you got the ball head. You was one of the ball heads then, I think. I got pictures, nigga. I got pictures. Nigga.
Anyway, enough of we gonna Server gonna be back on the platform again, talking about some nonsense. I almost said somebody else's name. But anyway, we definitely appreciate all y'all's contribution. Dice, we've been talking about a few different things. We talked about, of course, this nonsense beef that's going on, if we call it that, you know what I mean? And I'll say shout out to Kendrick Lamar for the lyrics. I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? For having some type of lyrical content. Now, I'm not saying that he's definitely not Public Enemy. He's not X-Clan, none of that. But, it's kind of refreshing to see someone that at least can, that represents the essence of hip hop in some form. Whereas a lot of these other cats.
But what I love about the brother is that he's not just a rap personality. He's a great human being. As a human being, I love what he's doing. And I love him.
Word up. Now that and I appreciate that, because like I started off saying, a lot of times when cats see heads my age or better, they looking like, oh, y'all just hating, there y'all go, whatever. We are haters. I think that I can vouch for everybody on here. We are definitely haters. Haters of bullshit. So that's just get that out the way right now.
I'm a lover. You know what I mean? I'm a lover. I'm not a hater. But if I don't like something, I don't like something. And I understand that everything ain't for me.
No doubt.
And no doubt. You know what I mean? Nobody ever have to make another record to please me in my life. I got all the music I need in my life given to me by myself and my ancestors. And if there's something that I need, I'll make it myself. You know what I mean? But other than that, music is just music now. It's not the soundtrack to my life anymore. Music was the soundtrack to my life growing up. It was my essence. It taught me everything I needed to know. My ancestors put everything I need in the music. And ain't no 15-year-old gonna come by right now and say some magic words to make me feel all good again. I can just go back to Marvin Gaye, baby. I can just go back to Bob Marley. I can play X-Clan, Public Enemy, Poor Righteous Teachers. I don't need nobody to keep remaking that either. You know what I'm saying? But the young generation, they need their own voices to come step up. And a lot of times, though, it's our fault. Because we just let people say whatever they want about our people, and we don't say nothing about it. And then when somebody come along and they say some really incredible shit, we really don't say nothing about that either. And we got to do a better job of that.
Let me ask you this, man, because something I never asked none of you in the decades that I've known you. I know that, for the most part, most of you still making music. You know what I'm saying? I know Griff, I know you dropped something recently, maybe a few months back. I want to ask, like, inspiration when you talk about because folks always talk about top 5. And I've never seen anywhere where folks have asked you all about your top 5. So if you don't mind sharing, I would love to hear that, because I think that it is, they ask certain people about their top 5, but I don't see them too much asking y'all too much of shit.
You know
What
why?
I'm saying? Because you might
Where
tell
do
the
they
truth.
get the top 5 from? What do they always say? What is your Mount Rushmore?
Right.
When the hell has Mount Rushmore become the beacon of excellence in my community?
Word up.
Right.
Fuck out
On
of here.
stolen land.
That part.
If you're talking about MCs, masters of ceremony, those with the greatest words and oratory skills, then I don't go to no fucking Mount Rushmore. I'll slap them faces off them damn statues like, keep my white name out your mouth.
Right.
You know what I mean? My monumental 5 is
Yes.
El Hajj El Malik El Shabazz, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Frederick Douglass,
Oh, he going there.
Muhammad Ali, and H. Rap Brown.
Word
Ooh.
up. Free rap, baby. No doubt. Okay. That's hard body. Dice went from slapping Mount Rushmore concrete off the side of the damn mountain to taking it to Rap Brown. That's gangster.
Those
Talk
are
to me,
my
Griff.
oratory inspirations.
Word up.
That's
It'll be
man.
it'll be difficult for me to give 5. I'd be doing hip hop a disservice if I said 5, because it may have been 10 to 15 that influenced even the way before I even pick up the pen and put it on the pad. As Black Dot says, even before I pick up the number 2 pencil, which is lead, and I turn that lead into a gold record, which is alchemy. You understand what I'm saying? Even before I can do that, I'm studying more than just 5. I gotta say, wise, intelligent for poor righteous teachers is there and still living.
Yes,
Without a
sir.
doubt.
You understand? I gotta say Rakim. I gotta say El Boogie, Lauryn Hill.
Oh yeah.
I gotta say KRS-One. I don't care whether I like the brother. Or I don't care what I think about. You can't take that away from the man.
Nothing.
You understand what I'm saying? Right. And then for the 5th one, I gotta leave the 5th slot open, not only for those ancestors that was before us, those MCs that was before us, that laid the foundation, and then the ones that's going to come after us. I got to leave that 5th slot open, not to take anything away from any other MC, because I can name 20 off the rip. You understand what I'm saying? There's just certain MCs that do it for me. You understand what I'm saying? When I'm working out, when I want to get into a certain mood to either box, train, do whatever, or what I need to do. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm about to hit the bag, how could I do it without DMX, Onyx, all them cats, MOP? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Exactly. I need that. I need NWA. I need police. When them blue lights behind me, I need that shit right now. Fuck the police coming straight from the program. You understand what I'm saying? So I can go on and on, but yeah. Anyway, that's my take.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, and you know what? Both of them. See, that's why I love rolling with both of these brothers. They went extra deep on them shit. Dice went all the way back to El Hajj Malik and whatnot. But for me, my top 5 varies. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the conversation I'm having. But for me, if I just add straight up top 5, I would agree with what Griff said. It's the impact and the influence that people had, and the way I like the sound. So for me, just straight up, I would say KRS-One. I'm obviously biased, but Chris for sure. Rakim, because he just changed the way that we rhyme. MC Light has to be in there in my top 5, because again, Light is still dope and still doing a thing now. In fact, in 2017, she was the headliner at the Trinity International Hip Hop Festival in Hartford, Connecticut. Man, she gave a master class in MC. And from the time she came on that stage to the time she left, she had the audience in the palm of her hand. I mean, masterful. So light definitely in there. LL Cool J. LL Cool J, man. People try to front like they don't understand. I mean, yo, we talk about rap battles. Yo, this is when the battles were on wax, and LL took out 3 people on one song. Ice-T, Kumo D, and Hammer on one song. You know what I'm saying?
And Ice-T's girl.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and his girl, exactly. But you know, Chris, Rakim,
where y'all get dice from, man?
And that 5th spot, I would have to put Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? Right. Now again, I'm not talking about necessarily right now, but Ice Cube's impact. You know, Ice Cube. Right. You know, I'm looking forward to having a deeper conversation with you, privately and publicly, because again, his impact. I think sometimes we don't really talk about the transition he made from going from NWA to solo to Lynch Mob. I never hear people talk about Lynch Mob. I know why, but we need to talk about that. Lynch Mob was crucial. You know what I'm saying? To West Side Connection. But Cube is definitely in my top 5. That's my top 5. KRS, Rakim, LL, MC Light, Ice Cube. What's up?
Well, I got to say definitely, you know, Cube, when you talking about a diss song, you know what I'm saying? No Vaseline all the time. But go ahead, Griff.
Yeah. Let me say this. Shout out to my girl Darlene. She's a beautiful woman, man. Ice-T is my dude. I can't let this go out and be not say something. You can't. Ice-T. When no one else would stand up for Griff, Ice-T stood up. When no one else would stand up, Willie D, MC Ren, and I can name a few other people around the country at that time, said, y'all may not like what he said, you may not even like him, but don't fuck with him.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, them brothers, include Uncle Luke. I always look up to them brothers, man, and thank them for what they did for my life.
Word up.
Luke didn't have to sign somebody that wasn't even a rapper.
And that's hip hop. You know, now that's hip hop in real time.
But you know what though, Griff? I appreciate you saying that, because 2 things you said. One, I appreciate the realness, because when we talk about, we talk about Chris and we all got something to say, right? But the fact that you said, look, I may not dig this cat, but I can't take away from his skills. That right there is honorable, because you have so many suckers right now. So many straight up suckers that are trying to rewrite history because they don't like you. You understand what I'm saying? You can't write folks like us out of the goddamn documents of history. You walked up in this motherfucker. Nobody gave none of us on this screen a goddamn thing. We earned our stripes. And I think the difference in folks like us, and the folks like us and a whole lot of people, is that we created our own lane and we cruise controlling that motherfucker. And we don't need to stand. We stand on the shoulders of our ancestors. We stand on the shoulders and we're propped up by our comrades, you know what I'm saying, and elders or whatever that we learn from, some younger, some older. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's some cats that's younger than me that I consider OGs because of their wisdom. You understand what I'm saying? When you talk about somebody like a Wise Intelligent and folks like that, these are folks who, if the industry had its way, you would never even hear the name Wise Intelligent. But his lyrics is fucking on point.
They don't want us to be wise or intelligent.
Okay.
And they understand they understand where he came from too. You understand what I'm saying? True indeed. So the thing is,
No, go on.
No. I'm rapping. I'm just saying I appreciate the honor, because it's like I said, there's just so many cats out here that they'll act like you weren't even on this goddamn screen right here if they ain't like you tomorrow.
Yeah. And you know what the other funny thing is?
Exactly. And I still do have to give credit. Huh?
Go ahead, bro. Continue. Sorry. Continue.
I think Griff is frozen. Griff, I think
good, Griff.
What did you say?
Okay. Go ahead now, Griff.
Oh.
He said go to run.
I was saying the reason why I left that fifth slot open, because I would be remiss if I didn't mention my wife. You understand what I'm saying? Soleil. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Sarak. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Narubi Selah, Heather B. What's the sister name from Diggable Planets, man?
Butterfly.
My God. You understand what I'm saying?
And Bahamadia.
It's just
exactly. Queen Mother Rage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Stop.
Exactly.
Sweet Tea.
Bug Brown.
Sweet Tea and Jazzy Joyce.
Sure.
Vanessa Sinquist.
Right, exactly. So that's why I had to leave it. I had to leave that slot open because it's just too many.
Let's keep
that
going.
Don't ever get flowers.
The Brat, Boss,
right? The Boss.
R.I.P. Boss.
Exactly.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Boss.
So check it before y'all going down memory lane and shit. And shout out to some of the ancestors and whatnot. One cat in particular that I know y'all all know that I was doing promotions with back in Bridgeport by the name of Kevin. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time, and we're gonna say his name, but I remember one time I did a show. We did a show in Bridgeport. I was doing promotions in the 90s. And we was advertising Dougie Fresh. And Doug had this new joint out. You know what I'm saying? And the club is packed. It's jam-packed. So I'm like, damn, the time is ticking. So I'm like, yo, I asked my man, I said, yo, what time is Doug coming? He said, I don't know, call him. I called Doug's house. This is before cell phones. His wife answered the phone. She's like, he sleep. I'm like, huh? I said, he got a show to do in Connecticut. So she puts him on the phone. It's like 11:30. And he's like, yo, I just did a video shoot. No, he said, Kev told me it's next week. I said, next week? Nah, it's the night. I got a whole packed club. I'm talking about Lovebug Starsky. Shout out to Lovebug Starsky. R.I.P. Yo, but check this out real quick, though, right? So the club is packed. And Dougie's like, yo, I'm in the Bronx right now. The spot y'all in shut down at 2. It's already 11:30. By the time I get out there, he said, yo, we could do it next week or whatever. So I'm like, oh, shit. The club is packed. Cats paid $20. Everybody all dressed. They've been there all night, whatever. I go to Starsky. I said, yo, man. Dude said it's next. You told him next week. Dude was like, I did. I said, yo, these people keep running up on me, asking me what the deal is. He said, well, tell them Lovebug Starsky's in the house. Long story short, I had to be transported out of there in the van laying down because it was crazy as hell.
That's crazy.
Funny the next day. But RIP, you know what I'm saying? Again, we talk about legends and whatnot. You know, that's hip hop. But anyway, go on, man. I ain't mean
rest in peace, boy.
No doubt. But
this high infinite power that we're doing May 18th. The official after party of the Malcolm X Festival next week, Saturday, May 18th at 9:00. Myself, Paradise Gray, Minister Server, all three of
in
us
Atlanta.
were DJs in Atlanta. All of us were DJs. All three of us were DJs at one time, and we definitely going to put it down. We definitely going to lay out this whole idea of this movement called High Infinite Power, and we're going to talk about the idea we're setting up an exhibit. We're going to talk about the idea that we're having a discussion and a conversation with a Q&A, not necessarily that night, but moving forward. And we're setting up, and we have to talk about the fact that we have to get together to at least reestablish and hit the reset button to let people around the country know that you need to involve the artists in those particular cities where we're going to go. You know, whether they DJ, MCs, breakers, or graffiti artists. You understand what I'm saying? Or they just want to come spit something on the mic as far as some knowledge is concerned. But we have to be able to get on the ones and twos or the controller or whatever, and let people and connect people back to those original sounds. You understand what I'm saying? Those sounds that Paradise Gray was just talking about. Those intricate sounds that help build the foundation for hip hop. Giving credit to some of those Brooklyn DJs that way before the Bronx, those Brooklyn DJs that help establish hip hop, which get no credit. Disco Twins and Maboya and, you know, King Charles and some of these cats, man. You understand what I'm saying? So that we're going to do, and we're going to have that discussion, and it's going to be a beautiful thing. May 18th, 9 o'clock, after the Malcolm X Festival in Atlanta next weekend.
Yeah.
Well, hey, tell us about, like the origins of this and what it's all about. Because I know you just did the ill promo. That's how you know Griff is a vet. You know what I'm saying? Because Griff's like, hold up, man. When we get off the path, this is what the fuck we came here for. If we cut that shit out, he's gonna get to it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, tell us what Three to God why.
I think the origin lied in all three of us. Three to God way, right? I think the time called us back together. The time and what must be done called us together. It says, listen, if y'all don't do it, who gonna do it? And if we don't do it now, when the hell we gonna do it? We're getting gray hair. Some of us missing teeth and shit. What the fuck, man? Come on, bro. We have to do it now. You understand what I'm saying? So the time called us. We're here to do it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. If us three don't do it, coming from these three iconic groups, who the fuck else is gonna do it, man?
That's facts. That's facts. Now this is gonna be a tour, or what's the deal here?
Of course, international. Paradise put it in our ear. He said we got to take this to Japan. We got to take this to the UK, to Europe. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to get us into Mexico and other places with some indigenous
Brazil, Africa, Canada,
right?
Jamaica,
exactly.
Okay.
Detroit, Detroit, Liberty City, Miami. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm trying to go to Houston.
Trying to go vibe with our brothers on the West Coast, because a lot of brothers, this is the thing too, the three of us are going to be the hip-hop ambassadors that should have been out there connecting the dots and the glue between New York hip-hop, Southern hip-hop, West Coast hip-hop, Chicago. There's no such thing as all that. There's only one hip-hop. We're one family, and we're all family, brothers and sisters in the movement and in the struggle.
Right. I'm looking forward to this because it sounds like a real dope piece. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that you all are taking initiative, especially as I believe it was Server that started off today talking about the whole hip hop 50. Last year it was hardcore. Everything was hip hop 50. Hip hop 50 Coca-Cola, hip hop 50 Pampers, hip hop 50 draws, hip hop 50. You know what I'm saying? Now you don't hear shit about no hip hop 50 because the gimmick is done. You know what I'm saying? That's all up. Now we back to our regularly started program. What is it with that you all will be offering? Why should folks come out to this piece right here? Because there's some cats that's looking at like, oh man, them cats, what they gonna be talking about? What's the reasoning that what part of the element that you all deem so necessary that can spark fire and change the game?
The fifth element that once you get the fifth element, you can work your way backwards and understand the other four. Do you understand what I'm saying? Some people are in. You understand what I'm saying? So they need to come out and hear it, because we're not telling you from a fucking textbook. We're not telling you from some tweets or some shit we got off the internet. We live this. You see that gray beard my man got over here? You understand what I'm saying?
That's a real beard too.
LL Cool J Kango, my man. Shit. The fuck? You understand what I'm saying? We got bumps, bruises, and scars, battle wounds. We've been in this, and we survived it long enough to come together to tell you what happened, what is happening, and what might happen in the future. Plain and simple, man. So if you ain't there, you just gonna miss the goddamn soul train. You might miss it.
Griff over there Griff sounded like Biden. He's like, if you ain't there, you ain't black. So Server.
That's right, baby.
Server, what's your 2 cents, man? Because I know you got like at least 4 nickels in the game. What's the deal?
Hey man, we talk about two different things. First of all, the 18th event, that's pretty much going to be an after set for the Malcolm X Festival. For those that have never been to Atlanta, the Malcolm X Festival is May 18th, May 19th, Saturday and Sunday. Some amazing people. Definitely go on social media and see some of the flyers. Some amazing Our sister, who you heard at the beginning of RSTV, is actually headlining Sonny Patterson. So make sure that y'all come out to that. I tell people that's the weekend that we turn West End Park into Malcolm X Park. It becomes a Black family reunion, African family reunion, and typically that's from 12 noon to 8 p.m. So from 9 to about 1 p.m., we're doing an after set. And on that after set, that's when the DJ portion that Griff was talking about, like when we do the Three to God Way tour, it's going to be exhibition, presentations, and the DJing part. On the 18th, y'all just pretty much going to see the DJing part. You know what I'm saying? So that night at Manila Afrocentric Griot Museum, we're going to be partying with a purpose. Some good music, some good tunes, some good people, kind of like a carryover from the day. Now, when we go on the tour, the main objective for me on the tour is to introduce the same things I've been talking about for 20 plus years. You know, I look at hip hop as life strategies for self-identification, self-improvement, self-empowerment, which leads to positive social change. As I tell people, I'm in it for very selfish reasons. I have 6 real children and 7 real grandchildren, and I have a responsibility to help in all the ways that I can to create a better world for them. Hip hop is the life strategy that we use. You know what I'm saying? So we want to introduce that for those that got ears to hear. And let me also just add this last part, like every other culture, hip hop culture is not for everybody. Some people just like rap music. But if you want to understand the culture, if you want to become empowered from the culture, if you want to experience health, love, awareness, wealth, as opposed to sickness, hatred, ignorance, and poverty, the choice is yours. We invite everyone to come out because, again, as Griff said, we've lived this lifestyle, you know, and for me, you know, no disrespect to Griff and Paradise, but they superstars, man. They icons. If you say Paradise Gray and you say Professor Griff, they icons. If you say Minister Survey, they'll be like, who? And that's how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody has to represent to every man that you do not have to be a celebrity. You do not have to be somebody that's entertainment to unlock the magic and the secrets that the creator and the ancestors gave us through hip hop. I'm the living example of that. Now, I'm honored to run around with the people that I run around with, but the work is the same work. You know, I was 38 years old, married with 6 children, when KRS-One hired me to do a job. And even though
Stop telling people you need a late pass server.
Exactly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So, you know, we have to make sure that we are reconnecting the culture. As Dice said, and as Griff said, if it's not us, then who is it? Public Enemy is an institution. X-Clan is an institution. The Temple of Hip Hop is an international movement. It's not about any personalities at all. And that's the main thing that we want to emphasize. Higher infinite power, healing our people. Our people are fucked up right now, bro. We hurting right now.
Yes,
we
sir.
need healing. You see what I'm saying? And that's what we're here to bring. And everybody needs some type of healing. Whatever the healing that you need, you know what it is. We say that we offer strategies to help you get to where you're trying to get to without trying to box you into who we think you should be. The Creator already created you in His image and likeness. We don't have to recreate you. We have to remind you. That's one of my superpowers. I bring nothing new to the game. I'm just a great reminder of what the Creator gave us.
Listen, I'm sitting here and I'm listening to y'all, and he almost made me clap too, Griff. I wanted you to know that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Also, I just want to come up at the end of that, what the good brother just said, and thank him for that. And just like to add on that, you know, we're not here to try to convince anybody of anything. We're not here to debate ancient science, mathematics. We're basically inviting people who have a concept of humanity that they want to express through hip hop culture like we do.
Exactly.
And say, it's time for us to hold up the clean glass.
Exactly.
You know, the industry has already collectively got a monopoly on sex, drugs, violence, ignorance, and hatred. And we're saying that we don't think that that has a part in our lives. And we want to eliminate that as much as possible. Try to come to a more conscious mind so we can improve ourselves first.
Exactly.
You know, we're the physicians that's trying to heal ourselves. Exactly. We don't want to leave a world for our children and grandchildren that consists of our children and grandchildren being at war with other people's children and grandchildren. We don't want that for our kids. We don't want that for anyone's kids. We want clean food, healthy food, clean water, clean air, a healthy land, and a Mother Earth that's not fighting back against us. So those are the basic principles that we're trying to say, who are we? You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
what do we want to live? And who do we want to be around? And honestly,
Right.
we just want to hold up that clean glass of water and give people a choice. You could drink from this, or you could drink from the dirty one. The dirty one.
We definitely not drinking from no Diddy water over here. So, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know what they doing nowhere else, but ain't no Diddy water on this platform. But I definitely definitely appreciate you all with the jewels. In fact, I think that we should definitely come back once a month at least. You know what I'm saying, and kind of pick a topic of what's going on.
Hey, bro, do this podcast make any money?
Yeah.
Okay, we down then. Because if it's
So,
broke, it ain't us.
Serve as the accountant. So, you know what I'm saying? He'll be serving us.
I got clean hands.
Yeah, we want to encourage all entrepreneurs, intelligent people to come together. Let's also put financial literacy back in hip hop.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You know what? If I could add on to that, big up to my brother Blastmaster KRS-One, the teacher. When we introduced the Temple of Hip Hop, 1 second.
Servers yeah, you know the time wrong.
When we introduced the concepts of the Temple of Hip Hop, big up to I say KRS-One, Sir Malik, Professor Zizway, G. Simone, who are the founders of the movement. We expand hip hop now. We talk about hip hop in 10 elements. So you have the original 4: breaking, MCing, graffiti, DJing, knowledge, but we also acknowledge fashion, beatbox, language, entrepreneurialism, and health and wellness. Again, if we're talking about rap is something you do, hip hop is something you live, we have to give ways to live this culture. And again, I represent the everyman, so you don't think that you have to be an icon or a superstar or a rapper. Again, we're talking about life strategies, right? So if we're talking about moving forward, for those of us that, again, that 40 and older, we talked about this earlier, those that were born between 1960 and 1980, roughly, give or take a few years, but we are the ones. It was us. Now, whether we care about that, whether it don't mean anything to us, that's a whole nother conversation. But if you look at who you are, if you're in that age group and you look at who you are and how you became who you are, you cannot discount hip-hop culture. Not necessarily just rap music, but the culture. Now, a lot of my peers have seemed to have forgotten about that because of what the entertainment industry has done with rap music. And my thing is that's why your children are being preyed upon, because you're not teaching them their culture. That's why they're acting out. That's which is why whether I'm going to an elementary school, a middle school, a high school, or college, the reason why they love to talk with us because we reconnect them to themselves through the culture. Regardless of what your occupation is. As I said, I have 6 children, 3 sons and 3 daughters. None of them are rappers. It's not about trying to make somebody be any of the elements, but we have to expand this. And again, I'm talking to the ones that are 40 and older particularly, because our young people are not going to do anything that we're not doing. They're into a lot of bullshit because we're into a lot of bullshit. Still, you know what I'm saying? Now, let the youngins do what they do because they're young. But if you're over 40 and you still, running around trying to chase stuff, and haven't tapped into why your creator has you here, the path that your ancestors laid out for you, I would say grow up. You know what I'm saying? Grow up. It's time to grow up. They are aiming at our babies. They don't give a fuck about your old ass. They are aiming at our babies. This is not a joke. It's not a play rap thing. I can't speak for nobody but myself, but this is not a play thing. It's not a joke thing. This is not a let's just party and have a good time thing. Nah, not when they're killing our babies, bro. We ain't going out like that. So at the very least, we have to offer another perspective. Now, what our young people do, like my own children, I can't make them do anything. But because they've seen this lifestyle their entire lives, they've adapted in their own way. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, all of you are fathers. You know what I'm saying? All we want is for our children to be good people. They'll figure out the rest. If they have good character, make good choices, and that's all we really want from them. They'll figure out where they want to live, occupation, and all that. But we offer some life strategies, proven effective life strategies, not in theory. It's not like, I wonder whether this is going to work. No, the shit works, but it only works when you work it. And that's what we're here to do, work it. And at the same time, peace, unity, love, and having fun. And that's what the 18th is going to be, because Paradise is going to be on the ones and twos, Dice going to be on the ones and twos. But when Minister Server touched them turntables, son, I'm trying to tell y'all, it's going to be
hey, Griff,
it's going to be something different.
He talked so much shit. He said Paradise gonna be on the ones and twos, Dice gonna be on the 1 and 2. Griff, you gonna be on the 1 and 2 too, or what?
Yeah, right. Well, you know what I'm saying. Well, at the end of the day, listen. When I touch them turntables, y'all gonna see and hear and have a great time. And at the same time, we know that we're doing something real. And big up to you having us on this platform, because these are conversations that everybody's not ready to have, and we understand that it's not for everyone. But for those,
well, check this out.
Ways, we got to stop playing around. This is the time right now. Time is everything, as we said at the beginning. Time is everything.
No doubt. For folks who can't make this this program here in Atlanta, will it be streamed, or what's the deal with that?
That's a great question. Now that's what I have to definitely defer to Griff and none, because
I'm going to stream it, because this one.
I think he froze again. I'm not sure. Griff,
he's good now.
No, we're not going to stream it, because this is basically the precursor to what we're ultimately going to put together. We have to do this work, because this is the first time us three are actually coming together. So we're going to do the interviews. We're going to have the conversations. We're going to get some of the.
That's going to be private, right? Yeah,
right. That's going to be private. We're putting together this deck to send out, because we want to present it right. You got one time to make a first impression. You understand what I'm saying? And it's very important for us, because everyone is into how it looks, how it smells, what color is it. You understand what I'm saying? The attention span is very short. So we know we got a small window to get people's attention. You understand what I'm saying? And it has to be done in the way that we need to do it in order to present it correctly. Because it's not only for the average person. We're talking universities to the streets. You understand what I'm saying? We talking from corporate down to middle school. You understand what I'm saying? So it's very important that we present it in the way that we need to present it. It has to be correct.
No doubt, no doubt.
I definitely appreciate that. For the folks that's watching right now, I see that the majority of the folks that's viewing this right now are viewing from my actual Twitter page. Now, I know real quick, I know that there may be some confusion in regards to the platform itself. Again, the platform is scrolling across the bottom. We will be posting this video after this particular show today. We had some technical difficulty, but you can check it out in its entirety on YouTube at Black Power Media Reloaded. And I want you all to go out and subscribe. You can see it at the bottom of the thing. It's youtube.com/@Black Power Media Reloaded. This is where Black Power Media will be. This is where Black Power Media is. The folks over at the other channel, they're going to be changing their name. I don't know what it is, what it will be, or nothing like that. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Right now, we are 1,800 away from 50K. So we coming up in the building, close to 50,000 subscribers. So make sure that you subscribe right now. So support that. But also, I know that some of you are Patreon supporters of Black Power Media. If you would like to continue to support Black Power Media, go to patreon.com/Black Power Media Reloaded. That's patreon.com/Black Power Media Black Power Media Reloaded. And all of that scrolling at the bottom of the screen. We have a new Twitter handle, and it's check that out at the bottom of the screen as well. And also, our website. You can subscribe for emails, blackpowermedia.org. It's blackpowermedia.org. So we appreciate, the work that you all are doing. Minister Server, Professor Griff, my man Dice, we lost him, but you know what I mean? We know that we will see him in Atlanta next week on May 18th. That's right after the Malcolm X Festival. This is the 99 years birth of Malcolm X. This year, next year will be that 100th year. And we appreciate us all working and walking in a tradition, making the best efforts that we can to move forward. I thank you, brothers, because it's been, man, y'all consistent. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all are consistent. And like I said, the three of us now bumped heads at some point. Like I said, Server tried to jump me and Griff. You know what I mean? He was unsuccessful. You know what I mean? The Griff made a comeback. I seen Griff pull out a pole out of the ground one time. We was in Florida. He's about to hit somebody with a whole fence. I saw it with my own eyes. This ain't a joke. You know what I'm saying? Stu picked up a whole goddamn fence.
I know, right?
Gate included. Big dude came in there running inside the building. He's like, Griff, they're gonna hit me. And Griff ran out there like, no one's gonna hit my friend who I don't know, who I just met. That cat was bigger than all three of us put together, but he ran. He believed in Professor Griff, and he ran it in. Griff pulled the goddamn gate out the ground, and the rest is history. Anyway, definitely, Griff, tell us about your new project. I know you just dropped something recently. Shout out to Soleil as well for keeping you sane. Go ahead.
Right. I just dropped the project. It's entitled The Asapo Soul, and it's a warrior affirmation album for those warriors. It's for those people that don't even know that they're warriors.
Okay.
But the vibratory frequency in those songs, whether it's binaural beats or whether I program the frequency on 432 hertz or 596 or 936, you understand? It's designed to tap something in us. And what I wanted to do was tap that soul, that warrior element inside of us. We have a militant propensity lying dormant in us. And hip hop and Minister Server will tell you, hip hop and MCing used to do that for us. The DJing used to do that for us. Those break beats used to do that, man. It don't do that anymore. So I said to myself, I'm gonna hit the reset button. I'm gonna go back to the essence. I'm gonna lay some of them African tribal fusion beats down over some affirmations, and then we're gonna take it from there.
We gotta play some on the show. Yeah, we're gonna play some on the show in the near future. Hopefully Griff don't hit us with the copyrights. You know what I mean? We're gonna be bankrupt over here off of one Griff song. You know what I mean? So definitely we're gonna definitely check for that, man. Appreciate you, brothers. Love y'all, man. Stay on point. Any last words y'all want to get to people before we break out?
Yeah, let me say big up to the Malcolm X grassroots movement. You know what I'm saying? This is the 33rd Malcolm X Festival. Big up to Baba AK. Big up to Baba Watani. Big up to Araz. Big up to Ife Jai. Big up to all the people that have made it, these 33 years. And I'm telling you, if you're in Atlanta on the 18th and 19th of May, you most certainly want to come to the Malcolm X Festival. It is an experience. I can't even put it into words. It's a beautiful thing. You'll see children running around playing. Parents know that they're in a safe area. You'll see the culture. What I tell people, what I love about Malcolm X Festival, it's the way we are when we are uninterrupted, being our natural selves. And it's a beautiful thing because we are beautiful people, and we have love in us. And during that weekend, you will see that on display. So big up to the Malcolm X grassroots movement. And then we're going to carry it forward that night with the after set, with Three to God Way, playing some good tunes and carrying on to the night. So, big up to all the people involved with making this happen. Big up to you, Kalonji, for being steadfast in your work, despite, some of the challenges and adversities that are even happening right now. Big up to you pushing through some of those challenges because all of us know, and Griff probably knows better than both of us, the work supersedes anything that's even going on with us personally. It really is a spiritual thing, which is why it's something that can't be forced on anyone, but it's from a place of genuine, unadulterated love for African Black people and humanity in general. Genuine love. So come out and feel this love. That's what hip hop's about. Peace, unity, love, and having fun. So looking forward to the weekend. Looking forward to linking with my brothers. I've been going over to Griff practicing on the ones and twos. So I'm looking forward to it. So big up to you having us on here, getting this done. Word.
No doubt. Real quick, I want to say while I got y'all on here, FTP 20. This year is the 20-year anniversary of FTP.
FTP.
And you all have participated during Black August. This Black August, Balogun and myself and our whole crew, we're putting together the FTP 20 Hip Hop, Martial Arts, and Activism Conference right here in Atlanta. FTP 20 Hip Hop, Martial Arts, and Activism Conference. We're going to be calling on both of you brothers, so be on standby and whatnot if you are available. The 16th, 17th, and 18th for Black August. 16th, 17th, 18th for Black August. We'll be here in Atlanta rocking hard with those particular elements. You understand what I'm saying? Because the thing is, one thing that is overlooked in hip-hop, and Griff, you know that there are plenty of hip-hop artists who happen to be martial artists. You understand what I'm saying? So I want to, you know, if you don't mind naming a few, you know what I'm saying? That would be great to share, because I think that you know, a lot of times folks think that, you know, you just rapping and you ain't scrapping. You understand what I'm saying? So who are some of the hip hop martial artists that we can speak on?
Dialing and dialing.
Griff done lost his goddamn mind.
If you know, you know.
No, seriously. My wife Soleil is a black belt, and she actually owned a kung fu school. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, you would never know though.
I know. I saw that picture kicking over your head. So I know.
Oh,
go ahead.
That was in the goddamn kitchen, man. I'm trying to get me some soup or something else, salad, and I'm, kicks over my head. I'm like, bro, chill. It's like, yo, you understand what I'm saying? It's like, can you imagine you home, you going in your kitchen to go some refreshments, and you got your wife throwing roundhouse kicks and shit at you. It's like, bro.
She told your ass it wasn't dinner time. You ain't believe her. But go ahead.
But yeah, I met a few artists along the way. I'm not even sure if I should mention their names, since I never heard them say it publicly. I don't even know if they want people to know that they're in the martial arts. You understand what I'm saying?
I'll say one cat that I know that has said it publicly, and that would be Lupe, because I know he has about 4 different black belts as well. His father was actually a martial arts instructor out in Chicago. So, you know,
there's a documentary about going over to China as well, doing some things. Lupe.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
That's one of the ones I was going to mention, but I don't want to put business out there like that. So when Wu-Tang came along and did the whole Chinese cinema kind of theatrics, I wasn't sure how many of them was actually into martial arts, but a couple of them are into martial arts. Shout out to Wu-Tang. You understand what I'm saying? I've actually had a couple of arguments with people about, they were the first ones to bring hip-hop. I mean, martial arts to hip-hop. Shut the fuck up. Fuck y'all think I was doing on that stage, man?
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? We had toy joints like this. You understand what I'm saying? But we was doing martial arts on the stage. Come on, man. Am I right or wrong?
Right. Coordinated. Don't be shit.
I'm not.
And see again, man.
I'm not taking anything away from Wu-Tang.
Yeah. There's a lot of shit that people forgot, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We take it for granted because we've been in it so long, but people have forgotten a lot of shit. That's why we just got to kind of remind them. And also on the same end, Chief just hit me up and said Dice's phone died. That's what happened, just to let y'all know.
Okay, we figured that soon as you start talking shit, it dropped. That's how it usually go. For those of you that know Dice,
I gotta get ready to get out of here. I love y'all to life, man. Let's make this thing happen. Hey. We're gonna circle back around, Kalonji. All right.
No doubt. Stay on point. You check it out, RSTV. Right. That was Professor Griff, Minister Server. We're gonna close this thing out in a couple minutes. Anything you got to say for the people? Definitely always appreciate Griff stopping through. You know what I'm saying, and doing what he do. Make sure y'all check him, Server, and Dice out May 18th right here in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what's good though, Server? We got a couple more minutes. Glad to see you on.
Hey, man, you're glad you're having us on, bro. Because I know you off camera, so big up to you, King. You know what I'm saying, for staying steadfast on the mission. And again, some people take things personal, but this is not personal at all. It's very principled. Yeah. And all of us are a work in progress. So, big up to you having us on here. Big up to us being the first guest on the Reloaded. And family is family, just like you mentioned earlier. All of us have had our own little runners as well. But if the love of us is beyond the personal, then we can get through any personal challenge that we have. So big up to this platform, big with all the people involved. And let's keep it moving, man. I heard a wise man say that we're going to always win in spite of ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
I like that wise man. So so to the point for folks who are checking it out, because again, I know there's confusion. And since I got you on it, you always been a part of the BPM family going back pre-BPM. We was Renegade Culture. You know what I'm saying?
BPM killed Renegade Culture.
BPM definitely killed. No. The former BPM killed Renegade Culture.
Well,
this BPM is bringing it back to life.
Renegade Culture.
So expect Renegade Culture to come back. And I think we have a show that'll be on here that Minister Server will be hosting, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Man.
What's the name of that show?
Yeah, man. Hip hop bridge builders, man. It's like, again, we serve the key. Hip hop is blessed. The reason why they can't kill us all, because hip hop is past, present, and future at the same time. So we are literally hip hop bridge builders. We are filling these different gaps. So the podcast that I'm having is going to have from younger artists that are out. Younger people that are not just artists, people in hip hop in general, along with some of the OGs. Because there's some amazing young people out here doing, amazing stuff, bro. And we, as the elders, have to offer them opportunities to, at the very least, speak to our young, to our older ones. So when somebody tries to disparage the culture based on mainstream rap music, they can name a Nisha Nice, or they can name a, the Delaney Yancey, or, Rob 100, or some of these young artists that are under the age of 30 that roll with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've been doing Trinity International Hip Hop since 2007. There are a bunch of young people that we want to highlight as well. So Hip Hop Bridge Builder is going to be that platform to bridge those gaps, bro.
No doubt. And we literally have we have a whole host of and I'm not going to let the cat out the bag. We actually have an international show that will be broadcast in Spanish. So and that'll be literally coming from Spain, from some Africans out there. So definitely shout out to them. I'm not going to talk about what the name of the show is right now, but they'll be on board. We have a whole lot coming to the table. And I want folks to know, because I've been hearing a lot of BS, a lot of bullshit about what went on at the other platform or whatever. And I'm not going to speak on it. I said what I said, and that's that. I'm no longer affiliated with them. This is Black Power Media. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they change their name to, I don't have no beef with them. And that I'm gonna be straight up like that. You know what I'm saying? Keep my name out your mouth. You good, you golden, you Gucci. You understand what I'm saying? Otherwise, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But the fact is, we're about the liberation of our people. That's the bottom line. And if that's what any and everyone else is about, then salute. You know what I'm saying? I want folks to know part of the reason why I'm not going all in, because I understand counterinsurgency, and I understand that the state will exasperate. They will make efforts to try to drive a bigger wedge into it. I'm too wise for that. I'm too smart for that. And some of you, I see the comments like, well, why would you talk about this public? Because they wasn't listening privately, because they weren't talking to me. So I had to say it because folks was spreading some bullshit. I'm gonna just say it just like that. So I had to take it to the stage. You know what I'm saying? Now, whoever don't like that, I'm sorry. That's too goddamn bad. I don't care. I made efforts. You know what I'm saying? I put my blood, sweat, and tears in this. And I invited folks to this platform. You know what I'm saying? And some of them are just bastard children. And you know what it is? It's about classism when at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? This is about class struggle. You know, so there's a few of them out there. You know, I'm not going to name no names, but you know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? You can say whatever you want to. The fact is, you know what time it is. You know, I already told you to your faces that what this thing's about. We're about liberation. Bottom line, it's strictly about liberation. Shout out to Veronza Bowers, veteran Panther, former political prisoner who was just released a few days ago after serving 50 years. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to Mumir Abu Jamal, who I spent 4.5 hours with 2 weeks ago. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm about. Shout out to Imam Jamil Alameen, formerly H. Rap Brown. Shout out to Leonard Peltier and so many others behind the wall. You understand what I'm saying? In the mortal words of That great group from Texas, the Ghetto Boys. I don't give a fuck about the chatter in the background. We don't care nothing about none of that. Because at the end of the day, where that work at? You know what I'm saying? Anybody can talk. Like Malcolm said, a chump can talk. An old lady can talk. A little child can talk. But at the end of the day, where that work at? Outwork me. If you can't outwork me, then that's just that. Because you can't beat me in no other kind of way. You know what I'm saying? You're not built like that. So let's not play no games. Let's continue to move in for the love of the people, because that's what's important. It's not about our individual egos. It's not about who doing who, none of that type stuff. I walked away from that platform. I walked away from that YouTube channel. The platform's still the same. I need folks again. We are 1,800 subscribers away from 50K. The channel on YouTube is youtube.com at Black Power Media Reloaded. And that's Black Power Media Reloaded on YouTube. Follow the new Twitter. I mysteriously got locked out the other Twitter. So the new Twitter is Black Power MEDI. Black Power Media without the A. You know what I'm saying? For folks who want to support our Patreon, it's scrolling at the bottom. Patreon.com/Black Power Media Reloaded. Patreon.com/Black Power Media Reloaded. I love and I appreciate y'all. I'm not ever going to tell you not to support any other channel that's making an effort. I'm not ever going to tell you only mess with us. That's not what I'm saying. But for those of you who are true to it, and those of you who are realistic and are about truth as a whole, you know what we brought to this platform. You understand what I'm saying? So front if you want to, that's all good. But you know what we brought to this platform. And it ain't confusion. You know what I mean? So for folks who like to spread gossip and all that, whatever, man, do your thing. I don't care nothing about that. You know where to find me out there organizing. Anyway, love you, Minister Server. Appreciate you coming on board today.
Appreciate you having us. Appreciate you having us again. And for folks, check out the social media. Definitely Malcolm X Festival and
yes.
Really God Way After Set. Word.
No doubt. Shout out to my brother Balogun. Flux in the chat. I think Flux said we had to stop you because you be going on and on and on and on and on and on.
To the break of dawn. To the break of dawn. That's what I'm here for.
Doubt.
I'm a stressful being. That's what I'm here for, fam.
Anyway, check out this channel. Check out this episode at Black Power Media Reloaded on YouTube. It'll be broadcasting shortly on that particular platform. We appreciate y'all. Much love. Staying on point. Since we got Flux in the building, we're gonna end this with Rafa Siafu. I think that's one of the dopest videos ever come out.
Classic.
So without a doubt, y'all stay tuned, stay on point. Hopefully we can get Flux on this channel, man, because they got a dope podcast as well. It'd be great to have some authentic hip hop coming on board. But anyway, love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Stay on point. RSTV. This is Black Power Media. And like I told y'all before, we ain't going nowhere to the top. Peace.
It may appear a confusing blur of activity, each ant doing its own thing, but it can't be. Somehow the ants coordinate their actions so that large insects are overwhelmed, killed and carried back to the base.
Peers is dying and my people are suffering. The money's still low, you should see how they budgeting. Watch what comes out your mouth. People are suffering. It's elementary, they want us all gone eventually. Peers is dying, people are suffering. The money's still low, you should see how they budgeting. Peers is dying and my people are suffering. Cause the money's still low, they want us all gone eventually. I swear to God, living in this economy's like a robbery. The government taxing me when they owe me for my property. You niggas act like you happy to live in poverty. When I feel like a king, they gotta make these fools acknowledge me. I'm royalty and loyal to the feeling of it. The contrast make it look thuggish. We talk, walk, and look rugged naturally. Nothing sad to see, we all a part of this tragedy. I'm mad at you, so why you mad at me?
We headed for the times of the 9, watch out 6. Sun cycle on the rise, moon cycle out the mix. Living on this planet of the snakes and the crucifix. Pardon self as I unk my way through, marching with my A-boom boom, making my debut. Like great balls of fire. Nothing could save you in these replenishing times. I honor my dead, making my ancestors proud when it's off with your head.
Does my pencil possess potential to change mentals? Yes. Show what you can in this pack with the essential less. What is essential to keep it the sharpest against you? Yes. What is essential to keep it like a temple? Blast all to the temple, keeping the beat simple and fresh. While they whimper and rest, I'm intuition like the simplest gas. Into tradition, I'm on a mission until I transition to give the up and coming a better existence.
I seen a beggar scorn reaching for a point or two. The older we get, it switches up the point of view. And they anointed you, leader of the free world. Desolate minds refined to the B-girl. The most benevolent is evident who I be. Graffiti on the wall, the crew, Drew Ali. Zoo to our key, shifting on the paradigm. Raise the vibration, then go prepare the mind.
Define magnificent rare gem. Dig deep, the omnipotent, all-seeing. I just peep the game plan. I pray for niggas, amen. Fat Sharpie, spray can, I'm made man. With suede vans, no street skate, no beat taking. For Pete's sake, he's a beast quaking, the scene shaking. No mistaking, the ants conquer the elephants. FTP, RBG, the rest develop.
What's the ant's secret that makes them the most efficient predators on Earth, consuming more meat than lions, tigers, and wolves combined?
I'm way medicated, puff lying, lace sedated, and stay dedicated to culture that created the essence of the lessons now delivered in my presence. Kalonji called upon me, so now I pose the question: how is it that the blacks came in whips and chains, having nothing else to lose and everything to gain? Now niggas entertain for some whips and chains, a white dame and some fame. Is that shit not strange?
It's kinda hard holding down your dreams when you blackin' in America with institutions set to bury you 6 feet underneath dirt or debt deep. Disciples psychological when making those ends meet and needs be. A hand feeds the other teasers. Gather thoughts, grab the Gatling for good reason. In between success, devil's greed, a pine box of mind jogs elusive.
And why I come off and camouflage, can't take cloth. Eating lentils and vegetable broth, but I ain't never been soft. Leading the lost and forsaken by any cost. Bones aching, working hard, trying to bring home the turkey bacon. Breaking laws of gravity, fuck with the family and watch me savagely crush craniums and chest cavities to pray for the casualties. Cause my anatomy is naturally, casually composed. This is self-construction for the soul.
I'm black dynamite, I'll blast you with my nitros. Spit a dope piece with a gold piece in a book with 5 disciples. We channeling boot mind, the revolution sparker. With 8 bars, cigar smoking some dark room on the altar. Watch the data work Komocha, walk the stage without a hype man. Electric verses turn a great crowd into light rain. Flood psyches with an ill beat, some brain food that's got high. Fly wisdom, call saucy, the enlightener, that's side rock.
2012 and times are different yet the same. Nowadays the number of prisoners behind the cage outnumber amounts of those enslaved during the trades. The shame we killing ourselves over what set you blame. Getting shot instead of hang. Nothing changed but a better except the cheddar of corporate profit to gain. The more money in pockets, the more people in chains. Unite niggas who bang, destroy their main aim.
It's all connected, form a web like Anansi. It's the people, Siafu is the army. Start a top contender, oil plots a new agenda. They even breathe on the track, sucker and beat for dinner. All that garbage I penning, this right here's the ending. Words to bend them, getting them wrapped in Egyptian linen. Coming for head, this rapper, Kali will shake the rafters. Only thing standing after, walking natural disaster, rapture.